The Boy and the Crow. One day, a man and his little son were walking in the park, and as they were walking, a small bird flew down off the tree and sat on the bench. "Papa, what's that?" asked the boy. "It's a crow, Bilal." "Ah, a crow." They continued walking as another bird flew down and was jumping around on the ground. So Bilal chased it and asked, "Papa, what's that?" "It's a crow, Bilal," said the father as he smiled at his boy. They sat down on the bench eating some sandwiches. As they were eating, some crumbs dropped down and a few more birds started to gather. "Papa, Papa! Look, what's that? What are they?" "They are crows, Bilal," the father said, as he sprinkled some more crumbs for the birds. "Ooh, more crows," replied Bilal. After their lunch, they started to walk back, and every time they saw a crow, the little boy asked his father, "Papa, what's that?" And each time, his father smiled and told him. His father took out his diary and wrote in it, "Today, Bilal and I went for a walk in the park. He asked me 30 times, 'What's that?' every time he saw a crow. And it was the cutest thing in the world. I didn't want him to stop asking me." Years went by. The boy was grown and had become a successful businessman. The father, now an old man, one day called his son. "Bilal, Assalamu alaikum. How are you?" "I'm fine, father. What's up?" Bilal's father just wanted to talk to his son. He missed him. "Bilal, I want to go for a walk. Can you come with me?" Bilal was very busy with lots of things going on. Father, I'm really tired. I've had a long day." But his father insisted. "Bilal, please, let's just go for a walk in the park. I'll meet you at the entrance." So Bilal agreed and met his father at the park. As they were walking along, a crow flew down from a tree onto the bench. Bilal's father asked Bilal, "Son, what's that?" Bilal replied in a dull voice, "It's a crow, father." They continued walking and then sat down on a bench. Bilal's father took out his sandwich. Some crows flew down to eat the crumbs. Bilal's father again asked, Son, what's that?" "They are crows, father. How many times are you going to ask me?" He then scared the birds away with his feet. After a short while, another bird came down, and his father asked again, Son, look, what's that?" Now, obviously angry and red-faced, Bilal shouted at his father and said, "Father, what's wrong with you? How many times do I have to say it's a crow? Now you called me here because you said you wanted to talk to me. What is it? What's so important?" Bilal's father slowly put his sandwich away and smiled whilst taking out his diary. "Do you remember when you were 6 years old and we walked down this very same park and sat on this very same bench?" He opened the diary and showed Bilal. "You asked me 30 times about the crow. It sounded so cute. I didn't want you to stop." Bilal suddenly realized and was so ashamed. He held on tight to the diary as his father stood up and smiled at him, then started walking off back home. Bilal was so ashamed that he just sat there on the bench with tears in his eyes. That night, Bilal couldn't sleep. He kept thinking of how he treated his father, thought to himself, "Tomorrow I will go to father and apologize. I will spend the whole day with him, talking and making him happy. A few minutes later, the phone rang. It was the doctor. "Are you Bilal?" "Yes," Bilal replied. "I'm so sorry to tell you. Your father has just passed away. His last words before he prayed the Shahada were, 'Tell Bilal I cherished every second I was with him.'" The end.
Oh